What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Over the years, Dizzy Wright has maintained a solid fan base, which is especially important considering the implosion of Funk Volume in 2016. It's important that Dizzy be able to continue riding his wave of success without having to be opening up for Hobson or having to rely on the Funk Volume brand. And that's exactly what he's done thus far. He's released several projects since Funk Volume's demise and has been on tour. He's released several videos. And now it's time for him to revisit one of his best mixtapes with a sequel. The Golden Age was the last Dizzy Wright project that I loved, like really loved. This is the one that I played over and over and over again. So when I noticed that he announced a part 2, I was like excited. He put out the cover, which is definitely in the same vein as the first one, as well as the track listing, which looked really nice. So on paper, a part 2 could wind up being as good as the first one. That's exactly what I thought before I started listening to the music. Out of 18 songs, you better believe that I found at least 2 favorites that I'm going to highlight. The first is Looking Up featuring Euros. Originally, what drew me to Dizzy Wright back in 2012 when he put out Smoked Out Conversations was the fact that he is a motivational rapper. Like, at times, you really need that. You need to listen to a rapper and have him indirectly talk to you and really feel like it's connecting. He's obviously not talking to just you, but it makes it feel that way when you listen to it in your headphones and he's highlighting things that you're going through. And that's how I felt when I listened to Looking Up. It's one of the struggles to continue to be happy on a daily basis, to continue to feel like you're growing. And this song is a good representation of that. There's a part where he's talking about how you, as the listener, which would be me in this case, can't find the job that you need. And so that really spoke to me because I've been on the job hunt for a long time now. So I'm listening to the song and I'm like, damn, I'm really connecting to this. I also have to give prop to Euros because he does most of the hook with Dizzy Wright chiming in here and there, and I just felt like it was perfect. I love that this is the song that kicks off the album because you're getting right into like the motivation, right into what I personally love about Dizzy Wright. My other favorite is a record called I Can't Keep Falling featuring Shelly. There was one line that really caught my attention when I first listened to the song. The very first listen, Dizzy Wright at the end of the song pretty much says, "Lost hope can always be reinvented." That line just played over and over again in my head. Lost hope can always be reinvented. I think it's a strong indication of life and how we need to keep moving forward. We can lose hope at the moment, but that doesn't mean that hope is gone forever. We can find it, rediscover it, reinvent it. And that whole line really made me want to listen to the song over and over again and capture the entire message and see if I missed any other gems like that line. Production on this record feels very calming, in a way that when you hear it, you start to relax and really absorb what he's saying on the lyrics side of things. Like, the beat is more of a compliment to the lyrics and not something that necessarily overpowers. I think Dizzy Wright is someone who has kind of mastered the art of doing motivational songs that are also entertaining. This is not just him preaching or saying, you can do this, you can do that, but it's actually good music on top of that. I feel like that's one of music's biggest purposes, and Dizzy is able to capture that magic time and time again. Now I have 2 honorable mentions to throw out there. One is Choosing featuring G Perico. Pretty much anything that has G Perico on it in 2017 I'm going to check out and probably include it in an honorable mention or whatever if I do a review and he's featured on the project, because that man is on fire right now. I listen to his project All Blue all the time, and of course Dizzy Wright does his thing, but I really love G Perico at the moment, so gotta highlight that record. And my other honorable mention is Loophole featuring Nowadays. Nowadays used to go by Irv the Phenom. And like Dizzy and Irv, like nowadays they have like this chemistry together. Like they've been working together for years. That is pretty much how I met Irv, is through Dizzy, I believe, something like that. Or no, it was Irv and Chris Calico. That's how I met Irv. But over the years, I've watched Dizzy and nowadays kind of work together and do songs here and there. He was on the first Golden Age, and they just sound good together. And so, just like you start the Golden Age 2, you end it on a positive, motivating note, and that is exactly what you get with Loophole. Perhaps the biggest setback of the Golden Age 2 is what I would refer to as the Hobson Syndrome. At several points throughout the album on many different songs, Dizzy Wright makes it his goal to let you know that he's a real rapper, and he generically calls out rappers who don't fit the mold. There's a record on here called Frauds. It's 5 minutes, and he's like, if you don't write your bars, then you're a fraud. You're a fraud. Like, I agree. I 100% agree with the idea. Like, you can't be the best rapper if you have a ghostwriter. Yes, I'll 100% agree with that, but it's just honestly not a song that I needed in my life. There's other instances of this subject matter, such as on Give It To 'Em Real. I just feel like if you're going to have a song or an album that is 18 songs long, you can't just include these type of filler songs. But again, maybe I'm not the audience for it. I like all kinds of music. I'll listen to Dizzy Wright and then throw on a Lil Uzi Vert song. That's just the type of person I am. But there are a lot of people, Hobson is the prime example, that don't want to hear like a Lil Uzi, a 21 Savage. So I get it. They're more of the market than I am. But again, if I'm listening to the music, I want to be able to enjoy it all, and I don't really have like any joy from listening to a rapper tell me he's a real rapper and this is not a real rapper and he's not top 10 because he doesn't write. Like, I get it. I understand. I agree with that sentiment, but I just don't need it in song form. The Golden Age 2 has its moments, but ultimately it doesn't live up to the expectations that the first installment set. My final thought is that when it's on its own, not referencing the title or the series history, the Golden Age 2 is a really good Dizzy Wright album that tends to be just a little bit lengthy. So those are my thoughts on Dizzy Wright's The Golden Age 2. After you listen to this album, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.